Welcome back once again to the Diplomatic Lounge. A diplomat is an observer of politics and politicians, and I've been just that over 40 years. Now, God knows that over such a long time span, you get to witness situations that may be weird, strange, sometimes embarrassing, sometimes dangerous. I've shaken hands with bloody dictators. I've stood eye to eye with evildoers wrapped in the mantle of power. And that's not exceptional. Every diplomat of long experience has done those things. And yet the spectacle we just saw of a democratic nation falling in great numbers to their knees for an obvious caricature and an obvious crook is something quite new in the annals of my profession. Of course, we know that in the 1930s, dictators that have inflicted untold misery on the world came to power through the ballot box. But one would hope that today's voters are a little more apt to look through the camouflage and see what's underneath. Well, apparently not. And also, to go back to the quote about the voice of the people being the voice of God, you would also hope that in biblical America, of all places, people would know to see when they are confronted with false gods. My second quote is of New York commercial advertising, and it ran like this: "An educated consumer is our best customer." And in a little paraphrase of it, I dare say that an uneducated voter creates bad politicians. A third quote is from another dark episode in the history of the United States, the McCarthy political witch hunts in Congress in the 1950s. McCarthy, who was a manipulative populist, finally fell into disgrace when one man stood up and confronted him and asked, "Do you have no sense of decency, sir? Do you have no sense of decency?" Well, I hope that same question will be asked, and I hope it happens sooner than later. Finally, I'm also thinking about a quote from the great writer Victor Hugo, who said, in essence, that a country gets the politicians it deserves. And then I ask myself, does the United States deserve this? Doesn't the country deserve better? Many things we have to reflect on. My state of mind right now is to think, vive la résistance. There is still another America out there, like 4 to 5 million votes apart from the one that's victorious, but it's still there, and it will have to wake up. And finally, I also remember what a wise political commentator said after the first victory of the wrong America in 2016. And he addressed his countrymen who were still using common sense and sane judgment. And he said, maybe you're not living in the country you thought you were living in. Many things to reflect on till we meet again here in the Diplomatic Lounge. Thank you.